Hello everyone, glad to be back. Today is 17th of December, Sunday, so I hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend. Now it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Moscow time. I'm Levan Gudadze and this is my second update for a day in which I will share latest report of Russian Defense Ministry on progress of special military operation during the previous 24 hours. I hope you will find this video interesting and useful, and if so, please click that like button, leave some commentary about any topic you like, and share video with your friends. It will definitely help to reach wider audience on both platforms, YouTube and Rumble. Although Rumble is priority, I will say. Same time, let me remind you that 7 o'clock this evening Moscow time, I will have a possibly last Sunday live stream on main YouTube channel, in which I will try to answer on some questions if I see. I will be engaged actively with the chat, with our community, and I will try to summarize previous week, also maybe previous year, how it went for our project. And I will try to share some additional news that will be reported and already have been reported by Russian media since the first update. And also after that on Rumble, I will have a next episode of Telegram reports somewhere around I don't know, 9-10 o'clock this evening Moscow time. And I hope Rumble community will find that update of Telegram reports also interesting. Okay, too much of intro. Now let's talk about news. And according to Russian Defense Ministry, in Kupiansk direction, units of West Group of forces of Russian Army with the active support of aviation, frontline aviation and artillery, and also heavy flamethrower systems, TOS-1 and TOS-1A, Buratino and Soltsenpyok, repelled 9 local-scale counteroffensives of 115th Mechanized, 95 Air Assault Brigades of Ukrainian Armed Forces near Sinkovka and Terny settlements, which is Kharkov region. So when it comes to Kupiansk direction, this area is Kupiansk sector of the front line. Russian forward units are just in several kilometers away from Kupiansk, and main hotspot for quite a while now. For quite a while is the Sinkovka settlement, this small village. Northeastern parts of village is under Russian control. The rest of the settlement is under control of Ukrainian forces, at least for now. And also sites are conducting active hostilities in this forestry right next to Sinkovka. As a result of clashes in this direction, Ukrainian armed forces lost up to 50 military personnel, 1 infantry fighting vehicle, and 2 armored fighting vehicles. In the course of counter-battery warfare in this direction, 2 Gvozdika self-prepared artillery systems and 2 D-30 howitzers of Ukrainian armed forces were destroyed by Russian side. Next is Krasny Liman direction. Usually Krasny Liman sector is significantly intense when it comes to local scale clashes between the sides. If we compare it with Kupiansk direction, and according to Russian Defense Ministry, in Krasny Liman sector, units of Tsent group of forces of Russian army and artillery repelled 1 local scale counteroffensive of 12 Special Forces Brigade of Ukrainian Armed Forces, which is Azov neo-Nazi brigade. And main hostilities were taking place close to Kuzmina settlement, which is Lugansk People's Republic. Russian ground attack aircrafts and frontline helicopters, frontline aviation, including helicopter gunships, inflicted losses on manpower and hardware of 67th and 109th mechanized brigades of Ukrainian forces near Serebransky Forestry and Rozovka settlement, the Lugansk People's Republic. As a result of clashes between the sides, Ukrainian armed forces, according to Russian Defense Ministry, lost up to 90 military personnel, 1 armored fighting vehicle, and 3 motor vehicles. This is Kupiansk, Krasny Liman direction, southern side of Kupiansk sector. And as I mentioned, usually clashes in this area are significantly higher than in Kupiansk direction for the last several weeks. And according to Russian Defense Ministry, Ukrainian forces lost almost twice as many military personnel in Krasny Liman direction during the previous 24 hours. If you compare it with the Kupiansk, next is Donetsk sector of the front line, where main hotspots, of course, are Avdiivka and Bakhmut directions, Avdiivka and Bakhmut directions, which is here. And well, let's see what Russian Defense Ministry is reporting about it. So in Donetsk sector, units of South Group of Forces of Russian Army with the active support of artillery and heavy flamethrower systems repelled the 4 local-scale counteroffensives of assault groups of 22nd Mechanized 5th Assault and 79th Air Assault Brigades of Ukrainian Armed Forces near Krasnaya, Kirova, Marinka, Donetsk People's Republic. Frontline aviation and artillery of Russian Armed Forces conducted strikes on manpower and hardware of 30th, 67th Mechanized, 57th Mechanized Infantry, 3rd Assault, 79th Air Assault, and 112th Territorial Defense Brigades of Ukrainian Armed Forces close to Veselaya, Artyomovskaya, Krasnaya, Klishevka, Kurdyumovka, and Andreevka settlements, Donetsk People's Republic. As I said, the main hotspots are Bakhmut direction in Donetsk sector, both flanks of Bakhmut direction, northern and southern, and previous 24 hours, quite active intensity of clashes. Clashes were quite active in southern flank of Bakhmut, in between Kurdyumovka and Klishevka, and of course, right up front of Bakhmut settlement Krasnaya, which is Ivanovskaya. This settlement has these 2 names, like Bakhmut itself. Russian name is Krasnaya, Ukrainian name Ivanovskaya. This settlement is almost exactly in the middle between Bakhmut and Chisov Yar, and as I reported several days ago, Russian units are now beginning operations in direction of Krasnaya or Ivanovskaya, and I guess it's only a matter of time when this settlement become under full Russian control and Ukrainian units will withdraw towards Voti Channel that goes also in between Bakhmut and the Chisov Yar. And when it comes to Avdiivka settlement, Russian forces on daily basis increasing pressure on Ukrainian forces, and I expect some breakthrough to happen this week. So let's see if my reading of big picture is correct, and if we will see breakthrough on part of Russian assault on this settlement this week. Definitely before end of this month. And well, when it comes to this local scale skirmishes, Russian Defense Ministry did report that Ukrainian forces lost in Donetsk sector of the front line up to 250 military personnel, also 1 tank, 3 armored fighting vehicles, and 5 motor vehicles in the course of counter-battery warfare, in which Russian side usually has an upper hand all along the front line. Ukrainian forces lost 1 US-made M777 artillery system, 1 US-made M119 howitzer, and 1 Gvozdika self-prepared artillery system. Next is South Donetsk sector of the front line. Quite active sector last several weeks, especially if we compare South Donetsk sector with the Zaporozhye sector or Kupiansk sector, which is, I mean, here. This is Sovdanetsk sector, in between Novomikhailovka, Konstantinovka settlements, and let's say Ugledar and Vremevsky salient. According to Russian Defense Ministry, units of East Group of forces of Russian army in Sovdanetsk direction, with the active support of operational tactical aircrafts or frontline bombers, and also helicopter gunships and artillery, including with the support of heavy flamethrower systems, TOS-1 and TOS-1A, repelled two local-scale counteroffensives of 79th Air Assault Brigade of Ukrainian Armed Forces in Novomikhailovka area, which is Donetsk People's Republic. As I said, Novomikhailovka is it's becoming a hotspot for last several weeks, I will say. Little by little, Russian forces approach this settlement, and according to some reports, at least 20 to 30% of this village is under Russian control at this point, although without photo and video confirmation. Of course, it's difficult to have a better understanding of situation, but Novomikhailovka definitely is becoming hotspot on Sovdanetsk sector of the front line, and I expect before end of this month, Novomikhailovka will come under full Russian control, and several more settlements when it comes to Sovdanetsk sector of the front line, including on Vremevsky salient, Staromayorskaya and Urozhaina. I expect these settlements to become under Russian control at any time, at any moment. Situation for Ukrainian garrisons, Ukrainian units in this area are extremely difficult, and we may see Russian offensive in direction of in Vremevsky salient just about any day now. When it comes to local scale skirmishes, manpower and hardware of 58th Mechanized Infantry, 127th and 128th Territorial Defense Brigades of Ukrainian Armed Forces suffered losses close to Urozhaina and Staromayorskaya, exactly the settlements that I mentioned a minute ago, which is Donetsk People's Republic, and also in area of Priyutna, units of these several Ukrainian brigades were targeted, and they did suffer some quite serious casualties and losses when it comes to manpower and military equipment. According to a latest report, up to 100 Ukrainian military personnel were killed and wounded on Sovdanetsk sector. Also, one Ukrainian tank was destroyed, and 3 pickup trucks. In the course of counter-battery warfare, 1 US-made M777 was destroyed, also 1 D-20 howitzer, 1 Gvozdika self-prepared artillery system, 1 US-made AN TPQ-50 counter-battery radar station. So as I said, number of casualties among Ukrainian manpower and also losses in military equipment was quite high in Sovdanetsk sector, especially, yet again, if we compare it with the Kupiansk or Zaporozhye sector of the front line, which is next in report of Russian Defense Ministry. Usually Zaporozhye sector is most quiet if we compare it to other sectors of the front for more than a month now, for more than a month. And well, according to Russian Defense Ministry, the Russian group of forces in Zaporozhye sector of the front line, with active support of artillery, inflicted losses on 65th, 33rd Mechanized, 128 Mountain Assault Brigades of Ukrainian Armed Forces near Rabotina and the Pitikhatki settlements. Well, Orekhov bridgehead is usually hotspot in Zaporozhye sector of the front line, and Rabotina settlement and basically fields in between Rabotina, Novoprokopovka and Verbova. And also when it comes to Pitikhatki settlement, this is Pitikhatki, almost completely destroyed village, which is, I will say, in a gray zone. No one side has full control over this settlement, and I guess Ukrainian forces try to launch some local scale offensive in Pichikhatki direction, and they become under Russian artillery fire, and as a result of this local scale skirmishes, Ukrainian forces lost in Rabotina area and in Pichikhatki area up to 50 military personnel killed and wounded. Also, 1 Ukrainian tank was destroyed and 3 motor vehicle. In addition, as a result of counter-battery warfare, Russian artillerymen did manage to destroy 1 French-made Caesar artillery system that was transferred to Kiev regime. Also, 1 Stab-B howitzer and 1 D-20 howitzer. As I said, Zaporozhye sector of the front line is most quiet sector, if we can use this word. If we compare Zaporozhye sector to other sectors. And next, of course, Kherson direction. According to Russian Defense Ministry, as a result of actions of Russian military personnel in Kherson direction with the active support of artillery and frontline aviation, Ukrainian forces lost up to 95 military personnel, 1 tank and 12 motor vehicles. When it comes to military equipment, tank and motor vehicles, this equipment was destroyed on the right bank of the Kherson region because Ukrainian forces are unable to transfer heavy equipment to the left bank. And when it comes to manpower, most likely majority of losses Kiev regime suffered on the left bank of Dnieper River in their small footholds in area of Aleshki, right next to Antonovsky Bridge and the railway bridge. Both bridges are destroyed, as we all know. And also, of course, Pichikhatki area, Krinky area, not Pichikhatki, where Ukrainian forces still are holding to small foothold in the central part of this village. Quite a number of casualties on part of Ukrainian forces in Kherson direction. If we compare this data with the previous reports of Russian Defense Ministry about clashes in Kherson direction, also during the previous 24 hours, as a result of counter-battery warfare, Russian forces did manage to destroy 1 Stab-B howitzer of Ukrainian armed forces, also 1 D-20 gun, 1 Gvozdika self-prepared artillery system, and 1 Nota electronic warfare station. Also operational, tactical, and army aviation and operators of drones did manage to engage and cause significant casualties to 47th Mechanized Brigade of Ukrainian Armed Forces. Unfortunately, we don't have details in which exact areas units of 47th Ukrainian Brigade were targeted by Russian aviation and artillery or drones. What is also interesting from today's report of Russian Defense Ministry, during the previous 24 hours, Russian air defense systems shut down 2 Ukrainian MiG-29 fighter jets and 1 Su-25 attack planes. This happened in areas of Yelizavetovka, which is Nikolaev region, Drushkovka, and Dobropolye, which is Donetsk People's Republic. 3 more Ukrainian planes were destroyed. And well, one may wonder how many planes Kiev regime still have left. Not that many, not too many, I guess. And one of the members of our community did ask me to make separate video about Ukraine's military aviation, which countries were supplying Su-25 attack planes or MiG-29 fighter jets, and I'm definitely gonna make separate video on this topic, and I will upload that video on my Patreon in upcoming days. It's all about timing, really. I mean, it's just only 24 hours a day, and unfortunately I could not, I was unable to make that video during the previous days. Also, in past 24 hours, Russian forces did manage to shut down and suppress 91 Ukrainian drones. This is it, dear friends, when it comes to short summary of report of Russian Defense Ministry on progress of special military operation during the previous 24 hours. I hope you will find video informative and useful, and if so, please click that like button, leave some commentary about any topic you like, and share video with your friends, yet again on both platforms, on YouTube and Rumble. And well, if you think this project with several channels are interesting, useful, informative, and has some potential or deserves to exist in this field of news and political commentary, please consider to support my work with small donations through PayPal, buy me a coffee, or by subscribing to my Patreon page. You can see links under this video in the description box or in the pinned comment. This is it for now. Now I will be a little bit more active on Telegram to make some more updates, and in about 2 hours time, 1.5 hours time, let's say, live stream will begin on main YouTube channel 7 o'clock this evening. It's not 1.5 hours, it's 2.5 hours before live stream. But anyway, this is it for now. Have a great day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time is in your area. And well, I hope you will manage to join live stream. See you then.